I've been selling for over a decade in the Portland metro area, born and raised. And just lately, it's interesting. We have a low inventory problem, but because of the interest rates, that's probably why you're feeling that the affordability aspect has been tough. But the feds did just drop the rate, if you saw, which is going to have a positive impact on interest rates. So it might actually be a decent time to be looking into it because of those factors. And honestly, what I've noticed is even though it's been kind of a Wild West ride the last year or so, things are starting to level out a bit. And since we do still have low inventory, as long as you're priced right and you've got really great marketing, which is what my team focuses on, then you should be in good shape, especially with your neighborhood. There is still quite a bit of activity that I've noticed. So yeah, it's really not a bad time to be thinking about it, even though historically speaking, yes, summer is over, but I wouldn't worry about that, especially if, now is an ideal time for you. Do not have to wait until spring. Sure, do more home sales happen in spring and summer? Yes, but I actually sold my last house I sold in November. There's pros and cons to every market, so you don't have to stress too much about that. If it's a good time for you right now, then, we can look at all the data points and make sure that you're structured well marketing-wise and price-wise, and you'll be good to go. Yeah, I get that. How long ago did you buy it? Okay. So you're probably in the 3.5-4% interest rate range. What I'm for a lot of people is that there's some creative ways that we can structure the deal so that people are offering concessions and people are doing rate buy downs and things like that. So what I can do, probably the first step for you would be I can get you in touch with a lender. If you have one, great. You can call them and talk to them. If not, then I can get you set up with my local lender and just have that conversation. Because what they can do is they can look at your current house and then also run numbers on the next house that you're buying, and then you can take a look at that, see if you can, because I know you kind of want to keep your mortgage rate roughly the same, but if you're downsizing, then we might be able to make that happen just depending on your certain specific situation. So I would suggest doing that first. Do you know anyone, or do you have a good lender you work with? Well, it doesn't hurt, contacting them, it doesn't hurt, even though, I haven't talked to them in a long time. But what I'll do is when we get off the phone, I will text you my lender that I refer all the time. I've been working with him for over a decade as well, and he's awesome. So he'll break it down for you. I'll even give him a call too, let him know your situation and kind of prep him for that. And then call him when you get a chance and he'll run things through. He doesn't have to, if you're worried about that, he doesn't have to pull your credit right now, but at least getting the application filled out and just giving that info will at least give him some data to look at and give you a general idea of what things might look like based on your specific criteria. Yep. Okay. So I'll text you that info. And then also just to kind of give you an idea, I will email you a link and it's going to have just a market update basically of what's going on in your area. And then it'll also have a value range of like price point in your neighborhood with your specs and everything. By the way, have you done any major updates to your property since you bought it? No? Okay. So that makes that easy. And then is there a certain price point that like you guys are hoping to get or that you need to get in order to make the move? Okay. And that's okay. You don't have to know specific. I just like to know just to kind of give the lender an idea, and then we can work with that because he'll need to know like roughly what we might sell this house for in order to figure out how much you're going to have to put down on the next. Okay. Yeah, and it should be short. Like it'll be just a quick conversation in the beginning. He'll send you a link to fill it out, and then once you get that taken care of, then we can reconvene. So I'll send you the report tomorrow for your current house. I'll get you his contact information. Would Monday be a good time? Would that give you enough time to kind of get all that filled out and take a look at that? Okay. Yeah. No, Wednesday's fine. Wednesday's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'll make a note of that. I'll give you a call on Wednesday. Is morning or afternoon better? Morning. Okay. Perfect. Yep, I'll plan on that. I'll call you. Okay. Yep, I'll call you Wednesday, and then if by chance you don't have time, don't worry about it. I'll call you no matter what Wednesday, and we'll see where you're at and how far you get, and then we'll just make a plan from there. Okay. Perfect. Sounds good. You too. Bye.